first question is, are you ready for dump 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 da dump da dump 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 dump? I did another angle today. I did dump 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 da dump dump da dump 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 da dump. Mission Impossible.
We don't get it though.
It's the best Mission Impossible I can do with dumps in the words. So that's what we have.
Dump 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 the dump 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 the dump 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 the dump 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 dump.
This is just going to be the intro.
Dump 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 dump. That's tag teams back again to the tune of dump.
Oh, even better. Okay. Well, I'm presuming Mike doesn't want to add his dump song, so we're just going to move it ahead.
They're calling them big, massive dumps all over. Big, massive dumps.
Don't call it a dump back. Yeah, that's a good one too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Danny Tamberelli.
Wow,
nope.
That was a good intro, bud.
And to his right, Mr. Michael C. Maronna.
I'm not going to lie to you. It was okay.
And my name is Jeremy. I had the fan on. Apologies. Welcome to another episode. This one is another spectacular nostalgia dump. Gentlemen, I don't know if you remember this, but you guys had an article in Spin magazine. Do you remember that? I don't even know if it still exists. November of 94.
I do remember I think I do remember this.
Okay.
Who interviewed us?
I think there's a Shannon Hoon article in there when he had just died.
94. I don't know. It's all about like Green Day, and the title below is The Year Punk Broke. And I know when we're thinking of punk rock, Green Day
broke us.
Is not.
You're saying 1994 is not the year that punk broke?
No, because the I feel like the
broke.
VHS came out.
It broke. It became popular thanks to Offspring.
Because of Green Day and Offspring, exactly. But you guys have a Twin Pete's, it's called, an article in this magazine, and it says there's something weird going on in the neighborhood. It's called The Adventures of Pete and Pete. It's just, there's not a lot of questions or anything, but inside of this, I found something else that we can play with. If you guys are ready, there's it's just we're going to post this too with the episode so you guys can read it or whatever, but this, what we're going to do, there's a Bootsy Collins article in there, so I thought you
all right, Cincinnati's own. I know.
Yeah. But what we're going to do today is called the Punk SAT. And there's 15
PSATs, they're also known as the PSATs.
Yeah, the PSATs. These are it's labeled as the following questions test your knowledge of hardcore's old and new schools. If you pass with flying colors, you can move on to college rock. Now, I feel like both of you have a very solid footing in the punk rock world. Just putting it out there. I think there's 15 questions, so we'll just do them back to back, and then whoever gets 8 first is going to win the game. And if there's a tie, I have a tiebreaker. So, without further ado, do you want to get going?
Ooh.
Punk rock SATs, man.
Punk rock
from
SATs.
1994. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is let's just get right into it. Don't say your answers out loud until I ask. Just FYI.
What?
Yeah.
You should be able to buzz in.
Well, you're gonna have 5 things in each question to give. I'm gonna give you 5 answers, and you guys have to pick the right one. So, first question. Speaking of Offspring, the Offspring smash hit "Come Out and Play." Keep them separated sounds uncannily like the song Bloodstains by a Southern California band with a hazardous sounding name. Who are they? A, Agent Orange. B, Chemical People. C, Poison Idea. D, Toxic Reasons. E, Toxic Shock. Danny, would you like to go first?
I'm only familiar with Agent Orange, so
okay.
I have to go with that.
Michael C., what's your thoughts on this?
Poison Idea.
Poison Idea, C. Unfortunately, the answer for you, Mike, is A. So, Danny, you nailed it. It's Agent Orange.
I didn't know they were from Southern California, though. So
I listened to the song, and it sounds nothing like it. But who knows what their basis for judgment is in Spin Magazine, 1994. All right, question number 2. On their song Nitro, the Offspring use a whoa, whoa, whoa choral vocal style that was pioneered by what East Coast group? A, the Coasters. B, the Drifters. C, the Misfits. D, Naked Ray Gun. E, Platters.
The Misfits.
Oh, Michael C. with an early answer, number C.
I'll say the Platters because all that doo-wop stuff came before the Misfits.
Whoa.
Well, unfortunately, the answer is C, Misfits. So, Michael C., you have a point. It's a tie ball game going in to question
metal claims the Misfits, punk rock claims the Misfits. You can't have them both.
Well,
okay.
That's on the punk.
Motorhead.
It's on the punk rock SAT.
Pick and choose.
I don't know what you want me to do. Yeah. Okay, question 4.
Question 3.
Question 3. Bad Religion is one of the longest-running SoCal punk bands. Members of Bad Religion were in which Southern California hardcore bands? A, Fear and Germs. B, T-Sol and the Angry Samoans, or TSOL. And C, Bad Brains, Reagan Youth. D, Suicidal Tendencies and X. Or E, Circle Jerks and Red Cross. Bad Religion, one of the longest-running SoCal punk bands.
Yes.
Which
started Epitaph Records.
I'm going to say A.
Mike's going A. All right. Danny
T.
T.
We'll go with the last one.
Circle Jerks?
I don't know. Circle Jerks.
All right. Well, the answer to question number 3 is E. Circle Jerks and Red Cross.
Nice.
Danny's back on the board.
Back on the board. Use my deduction skills on that one.
Yeah. I don't know if you have any, you're both Misfits fans, I'm presuming, or maybe were in a past life.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Why are you going back on questions? We're talking about Bad Religion. And
that's true.
Yes, I was a very big Bad Religion fan, but I didn't know that those members were in earlier hardcore bands, but I know those hardcore bands on my own.
Oh, okay. Well, Michael C. got some ground to make up in question number 4.
Here I am.
In 1983, on their second, on their second album, Bad Religion added keyboards to their lineup and were widely viewed in the punk scene as sellouts, much like Green Day when they did that acoustic song, Something Unpredictable. You know the song. So in 83, Bad Religion.
Is that an Oasis cover?
No, that was a sentimental Green Day song that everybody
they
thought
were afraid that Bad Religion was going new wave, and it really upset people.
With the addition of keyboards.
Right. So in 83, they put out a record that people labeled them sellouts. What was the name of that record? A, Brain Salad Surgery. B, Inna Gata Divida. C, Into the Unknown. D, Into the Void. Or E, Machine Head.
Into the Unknown.
You think
A?
Mike's going A. And DT, you're going C, Into the Unknown? And the answer is C. Mike, you're down 2.
I can't help it. You're hitting Bad Religion. I know. I'm not. I know what's going on there.
Yeah. Well, here comes some.
When you have a song called "Fuck Armageddon, This Is Hell," and then you put out a record that has keys on it, you're bound to upset some people.
Yeah.
I don't think they sold out, do you?
It was 83. A lot of shit was
doesn't
changing.
Matter. There's what are you going to say, that they sold out because they started a major record label, even though Epitaph is not considered a major record label, but it is a major record label?
It is, yeah. I would think. Yeah, I don't know.
They're pioneers.
Well, there you go.
Some of the most politically charged but yet melodic and poetic vocalists.
Charged.
All right, Mike. I'm going to let you answer this one first. I feel like this is one of my favorite bands from that era. So here goes a question. Number 5, Spike has heard that the 1982 album Milo Goes to College is a seminal influence on all the new pop punk bands he and his friends love to mosh to. But a bump on the head from an uncaught stage dive the night before has caused him to partially lose his memory, and he can't remember the name
Milo.
of the band that recorded the LP.
Oh.
When he heads to his local record shop to purchase it, what group should he ask for? All right, Mike, you're the first one. Here are your answers. A, the Adolescents. B, the Ancestors. C, the Codependents. D, the Descendants. E, Independents.
D, final answer.
D is your final answer. Thank God.
I'm going to say D too.
Yeah, you're saying D too.
I hate that though. I know
You can drop D.
Oh yeah, I used to love drop D. You could just put one finger on the chords and it sounds good. Anywhere on the fret. Yeah. All right, yes. Thank you.
Was that when you were in your days of the new cover band in the mid-90s?
It was not Days of the New. No, I actually, I went to, I don't know, I think I've told this on the podcast before, but there was one band in Dayton that I really liked, and they were in that Descendants kind of like pop punky shit, and so they had auditions, and I went one day, and I was so nervous the night before that I stayed up all night just practicing the riffs, so that when they said, hey, just come jam, because they had people coming in all day, came in, tried to jam out, and just was horrible. Basically sat there and watched them play the whole time, and I was like, trying to look like I was doing something. And
that must have been fun.
Yeah, that was Pearl Jam. No, yeah, it wasn't good. It was not good. I failed, and I went home and went to bed. Yeah, unfortunately. All right. Question 6. After Milo left the band, former members of the aforementioned group formed another band, which has recorded 8 albums before recently signing to Interscope. What is the band's name? The answers are A, All, B, Biz, C, Cheer, D, Fab, or E, Tide. This is Milo's new band after leaving the aforementioned band. Danny T, what do you think?
A, All.
A, All. Okay.
Also A, All.
Ooh, A, All. All right. Well, the answer is A, All. Very good.
Come on.
I'm glad I'm glad you know your Descendants history. That makes me happy. All right, we're halfway done, gentlemen.
Well, listeners, this has been fun. Just, doing a little punk rock flex. No big deal.
Just a little, you know what I mean?
Just a little one. No big deal.
Danny did spend
I'll say what the
formative years in Southern California.
That is true.
That is true too. Yeah. There's going to be some.
I didn't know if we needed to have like.
They start talking. If there's a face-to-face question in there, y'all in trouble.
Oh, well,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to ruin it. But next question, number 7. On the album Punk and Drublick, the band NoFX does a song called Punk Guy, in which there's a lyrical reference to being more PC than Ian. Which famous Ian are they referring to? This is so easy, you guys better get this. A, Ian Astbury. B, Ian MacKaye. C, Ian Gillian. D, Ian McCulloch. Or E, Ian Dury. Michael C., you're up.
B, Ian MacKaye.
Ian MacKaye. All right. And Danny T?
I would also say B, but I would like to say that it would make me happy to know that it was Ian Dury, because if they were making an Ian Dury and the Blockheads reference, I would think that NoFX was cooler than I think they are now.
Yeah, I think that's too deep for Spin Magazine 1994, but you're both right. It's Ian MacKaye. Of course it is. How could it not be? Yeah. Let's see. Number 8. Just FYI, let's score. A score update here. Danny's up 6-4 on.
Yeah,
Michael
we need
C.
him to stumble. Yeah,
6-4. All right.
Hey, I can't help it. I'm sure I'll stumble.
2 more, and the game is basically over.
Let me just take another hit.
Yeah, there you go.
2 more, and it won't.
That's a
2 more, and it won't matter.
Right. But I feel a comeback here.
We should go. We should do them all. Let's not be crazy.
Oh yeah, well, maybe. There is comes a double point time. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. In the same NoFX song, the protagonist jumps similar to Springa. Which East Coast hardcore band did this Springa sing for? SDS, SOA, SSD, SSL, or SST? Michael C, you're in the you're behind, so you get to answer it first.
ESST.
ESST.
That means I was wrong.
Danny's
SST is I tuned out of the question.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Which East Coast hardcore band did the Springa sing for? SDS, SOA, SSD, SSL, or SST?
Oh,
it's in the same NoFX song. The protagonist jumps similar to Springa.
I'm going to say C, SOD. I don't know. I was never
It's
a big.
B.
I was
It's
never
SOA.
a big. It's SOA? Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
It is C.
SOD.
SSD.
SSD.
Wow.
It's SDS. It's Students for a Democratic Society.
Okay. Not super speed disk or whatever the
Gosh,
computer lingo is.
Even when I'm fucking closing my eyes and throwing the darts, I'm hitting bullseyes, guys.
It's in
I
you.
don't
Well,
know.
this
fucking
Iggy Pop is rubbed off on you.
this is osmosis of the highest order.
All right.
Yes.
In 1985, Springa's band combined hardcore with metal. What was the name of that album? A. Back to the Known. B. Break On Through. C. Break It Up. D. Into the Unknown. Or E. Lick It Up.
Ooh.
Yeah, Danny T. No pressure here, but
I don't know. I've never listened to
Springer. Yeah, I mean,
Spring
Trust
is
your
not on my
instincts.
not on my radar at all. So I'm just gonna
Back to
throw
the
it out there.
Known. Break On Through. Break It Up. Into the Unknown. Or Lick It Up.
Break It Up.
Break It Up.
Didn't you guess Into the Unknown for one of the other ones? I'll guess
Into the Void,
Unknown.
maybe?
Okay.
I'll guess Into the Unknown.
Okay. Cool.
C is correct. Unfortunately, though, that makes 8 for Danny. That is trouble. All right, from here on out, 2-point questions. You ready? All right, Danny has 8.
What a nostalgia dump. What does this have to do with Nickelodeon?
Well, it just had
We were
it's
in it.
nostalgia. Yes, it's a 1994 magazine.
What was the cool part of the story? Was there a cool article? Were we quoted in it at all? Is there any sort of
Anything. Give us
substance?
anything, Jared.
The
All
poor
right,
Just
people who are
one
listening to
fucking
this
thing.
are like, oh God, punk rock my face. We came here for a nostalgia dump of Nickelodeon and Pete and Pete. And
Well, nostalgia can be anything.
no, I'm clearly I'm fine with this podcast.
Okay.
However.
Well, then, all right, here's a question based on that article. You started your own band called the Blowholes. What
Yes.
are the 3 people in your band?
Clem, who is played by Aaron Schwartz.
Well, I'm
Our
sorry.
good friend of
What
the
is
podcast.
what are their labels, not their names?
He's changing the terms of the question.
What the hell? No,
Oh man.
I mean, I know that we all had like other names. Oh, I guess I was Thunderball.
No, more like nickname. Basically, it's the quote
It's
is
mutton chops, or what was?
yeah,
his,
the Blowholes, confirms Tamberelli, with a teacher, a meter man, and one of my friends.
Yeah. So Clem being my friend,
Yeah.
Meter Man Mel being Marshall Crenshaw, and
But did
Sid-
they have
and Sid Straw was Miss Fingerwood.
right?
No,
her nickname was Cooter. What about the rest of any of
it
the
was-
other ones have
it was
nicknames?
not. She was not Cooter.
Yes, it was.
Mike,
Whizzer?
Mike at the
Whizzer?
end.
Right. Oh, Whizzer.
Whizzer. Mike, at the end, you have a quote saying, it's more of a big happy love-in at the Wrigley household. Another suburban myth. That was your quote.
Which part
there's
is
no
the-
question.
What was the
There's
suburban myth?
Yeah, in response to what?
no, just can't help but add to the show's cult cachet. Guest stars, however, are merely subordinate to the exploits of the Pete's, 2 brothers who experience weirdness and perfect harmony. It's more of a big happy love-in at the Wrigley house. Another suburban myth.
Now, what would there to be to tell stories about if it was just a big happy love-in? I mean, they do have lurid tales.
Yeah.
You're the one that said it, Michael.
Yeah.
So were you? I mean, I feel like a lot of times we did interviews, we were just kind of dicking around and fishing for someone to get antsy or make a face.
Well, not Spin Magazine, 1994.
Yeah.
That's a big time.
Spin Magazine, 1994
Dude,
was big time.
Spin was huge. Spin almost took over Rolling Stone. I feel like it got so big.
And guess what? They all fucked up. They all fucked up. They all decided that they were going to keep their cold, lifeless fingers grasped to the paper.
Now Teen Vogue is eating their lunch.
and missed out on opportunity that Stereo Gum and Brooklyn Vegan and all of these, massive
Teen Vogue will eat them all.
websites. So stupid. They should have been the ones. If I want my news, my music news, and my breaks, I wanted to go to spin.com and rollingstone.com.
You used to.
Used to.
Not anymore.
Now it's a joke.
Nope. All right.
Now I cross to the other side of the web when I see those addresses.
Oh, Spin, get the hell out of here. God.
Spin.com.
Come on.
Yeah.
Support for this podcast comes from The First One with DJ Khaled, a new podcast only available on Amazon Music.
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Khaled, and this is The First One. We hear from all the A-list music stars like J Balvin, Nas, and Kelly Rowland about songs that didn't change the game, but changed their life.
It's almost like sometimes before you even get in the industry, it's like you set up to fail. And there's so many moments where you can win. And the winning is great, but it's so many things that you go through to get to the win.
And so much more, who tell their stories about their first hits that took them to the next level, changed their life, overlooked to being overbooked.
When I was recording the song, I already knew it was going to be a global hit. And I'm not joking, my G. I really felt it inside of me. I was like, I just can't wait to see it number one.
Join me every Thursday with The First One drops, only on Amazon Music. Let's go.
Hey there. The holidays are here, so it's good to know Kroger can save you some time with free pickup on all your fresh favorites. Whether your traditions call for a hearty helping of juicy ham, ample apple pie, or Aunt Sue's legendary twice-stuffed stuffing, Kroger has got you covered. So order for free pickup at Kroger.com or the app and get more time to get your holiday on when you grab your groceries curbside. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
All right, so it's 8-5. Danny's in the lead from here on out. 2 points.
Still?
A question, yes. This one goes to Britain. This is British hardcore question. Number 10. British hardcore, which was typified by a wall of noise, enormous rooster mohawks, and spiky leather outfits, which Michael C. Just rocked most of his childhood. I don't know about the spiky leather, but the mohawk. Yeah.
I don't know about childhood either. Like I grew up the feral kid from Mad Max.
Thrive from 79 to 83. Which of these bands does not belong in the category of British hardcore? Ready? A. Discharge. B. UK Subs. C. Exploited. D. GBH. E. Rancid. Michael C.
Rancid. Get them the fuck out of there.
Really?
Jesus God.
Wow. Rancid. So
I'm really upset they didn't say anything about the Anti-Nowhere League, because that's what I want to be hearing. That's my kind of English hardcore. Although they were wearing black Doc Martens with white laces, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah, the fucking Doc Martens are ruined now forever. By racists. Do you, Danny T, what's your answer? Discharge, UK Subs, Exploited, GBH, or Rancid?
They're the only band that's not English.
Is Rancid?
Yeah.
All right.
You can't give him the answer, Jeremy. You got to make him say it.
That is the answer. You both got it right. So 10-7 is our score.
I thought it was 9-7 now.
Well, they're 2-point questions,
10?
my friend.
Oh, right.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Come on.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't keep with this. This is just,
Hey, it's a nostalgia dump. What are you going to do?
This is a nostalgia dump. I'm very nostalgic right now. I want to go grab my records. I want to go put on Milo Goes to College. Record.
Get a little Milo in your life? All right, number 11.
But it's kind of hard, though, to, there are songs on that record that are hard to listen to in front of Alfie.
Yeah.
Or
put on a later
I
one.
I want to smell your muff.
I'm pretty sure it's going to take a couple years to figure out what that is. Took me like 16. You know what I mean? All right. Question.
Smell a muff? Wait, just give me 1 second.
Yeah, please. Go right ahead.
One of my absolute oldest friend, and his name is Chris, and he grew up in Maywood, and that's where I lived. And he remembers one time where he was in my parents' house in Wyckoff after we moved, and I was secretly playing him one of my dad's Monty Python records, and the song "Sit on My Face and Tell Me That You Love Me" was one of the songs on that record, and I thought that was very funny. And I'd also kind of just found out what it meant. And so I played it for him, and my dad came down and was like, "Oh shit! Like you should be listening to this." He's like,
Yeah.
I kind of remembered that story. I'm not like, it's not a vivid memory in my mind, but I do remember it. And he texted me like 3 days ago and was like, "Hey, I'll just read it because it's so good." It says like one of the poor kid went his whole life not knowing what it meant. Essentially,
wait,
that
your
makes
friend?
sense to anybody. Yes. Here's a completely random memory that entered my brain for no reason at all. I have a memory of being in your basement in Wyckoff and getting caught listening to your dad's Monty Python record. You were playing the "Sit On Your Face and Tell Me That You Love Me" song. I am today years old when I learned that song was in any way sexual. I always thought it was just about, sitting on a face, like in the silly way, like farts.
It doesn't. I don't know if the song mentions farts ever.
It doesn't, but I think he was like, why would, what else would you do when you sit on someone's face?
That's it.
He
Chris,
assumed
stay
the only
positive.
thing.
Yeah.
I feel like Chris's wife might have had a most enjoyable Saturday.
You married a crazy man.
Just glad he didn't get into orgies. You know what I mean?
Anywho, I just
Okay.
thought that was funny, and I'm sorry for the sidebar.
Oh, no. All right, let's move on. 10-7. Danny's up. 2-point questions. Number 11. Billy Joel. Nope. Scratch that.
Oh, it's a Billy Joel question?
Nope.
Then
Billy Joe wants to do a Dickies medley as part of his band's encore. What TV show theme song do they have to learn? A, the Banana Splits. B, the Brady Bunch. C, Mary Tyler Moore. D, Peanuts. Or E, Peter Gunn. Danny T, what is your answer?
E, Peter Gunn.
E, Peter Gunn. Michael C?
I know it is the Spy Hunter theme.
The Dickies medley?
No,
Which one are you guessing?
The theme from Peter Gunn.
Oh, you're guessing.
I'm saying E.
Okay, well, you're both wrong. The answer
Banana Split.
is Banana Splits. Yeah, oddly enough.
I just jumped on it. I wasn't sure.
It's funny too because I had an episode of Peter Gunn on the reel. Like a full episode.
Sounds like a Dickies
film.
thing to do, though, to cover that.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
their version of Paranoid is also very good.
I hung on to this huge fucking metal box of film, 16 millimeter or whatever, Super 16 film forever. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to save it. And I just lugged this fucking thing around for years and then got really poor once and sold it for like $20 on eBay. So that's my,
What'd you do with the
that's
film?
my Peter Gunn story. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay.
Wow.
We're still at 10-7, 2-point questions. Number 12. This is a verbal question, as if none of the other ones were. Fill in the blank. Green Day is to the Buzzcocks as Pennywise is to A, Bad Religion, B, Bank of California, C, Christian Death, D, Pound Foolish, or E, Poor Richard.
There's already too many band names. You're gonna have to start over.
It's going to be Bad Religion.
Yeah, it's Bad Religion, Bank of California, Christian Death, Pound Foolish, or Poor Richard.
E, Circle Jerks.
And Danny, you said A, which is the correct answer. 12 points for you, bud.
I feel like they're making some of these band names up now.
Oh, you mean the Bank of California is not a real band? Who knew? All right, this is a math question. In the
An oral math
punk
question.
SAT, yeah. Waddle wants to hear one of Green Day's influences, but he's short on pocket money. He could buy a brand new Ryko disc
Blank.
reissue of the Undertones' first album, which sells for $11.99, or a used copy of the Buzzcocks' Singles Going Steady, which costs $5.50. He already had $1.32. How much change does he need to beg for if he steals the Undertones record and transfers the $2.99 sticker sheet from Social Distortion to Prison Bound on the Buzzcocks? Jesus H. That is a crazy question, and I don't expect either of you to get it.
My answer is My Perfect Cousin.
Well, the answers are $10
or teenage kicks,
1067, 418, 167, 251, and $9.
251.
251. That's D. Michael C. What do you think?
Yeah, no, none of those.
The answer. I mean, I guess you have to put a math question in if it's an SAT, but the answer is $1.67. He has to beg for $1.67. So
fucked up.
Well, I don't think this.
Shitty.
Yeah.
My perfect cousin. My perfect cousin.
You don't, Jeremy. You don't feel proud of yourself after having administered that quiz.
Well,
You feel
there are
bad
two
about
more
yourself.
questions, but they're both math questions, so I'm not sure how they're going to work. Here's
wanna hold it tight. Get my teenage kicks right through the night. All right.
wow. What is that? I'm not even sure what you're doing.
I'm just you got me on the undertones right now.
Oh, okay. All right,
It's
great.
in my head. Do you know who the undertones are, Jeremy?
I
Be
don't.
honest.
No.
There's an
Very
intro. There's an intro to the Undertones, and they say they're from Derry, which is the Akron, Ohio of Northern Ireland.
Interesting. How does the Undertones fit in this?
They're
Just like an
UK
OG punk rock band.
They're Northern Irish.
Oh, gotcha. All right, gents. Well, 12-7 was the game.
I think you should ask some more 5-point questions.
Well, there's
Yeah, give me one zinger question.
Here's-
one zinger question to win it all. Give Mike
a
the chance.
zinger.
A zinger question.
I played drums for Zinger.
Well, I thought-
but we turned it.
there is
And
another.
then you left the band. They joined some
and
some
fine,
guy
I
named
formed-
Wayne joined, and they're like, oh, we'll just call it Winger.
I formed UK Subways after that.
Jeremy loved Winger when he was a
Oh
kid.
god, I used to have a shirt. I used to have a Winger shirt. Might get another Winger shirt. Why not? You know. There is a tiebreaker I had, so let's just do that. It's called Howdy Neighbor. It's somehow. I don't know what the theme is, but the description is rock
It's about
stars are
it's about cowpunk.
probably the most dysfunctional of all so-called professionals. From relief, blah blah blah, shotgunning beers, Jack Daniels, yada yada. But now there's a kinder, gentler alternative. Fred Rogers, longtime cardigan with sneakers, fashion rebel guru, has collected nuggets of wisdom.
I don't know if there's a question here so far.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this sounds like a lot of our listener questions that we get, voicemails that aren't questions.
Well, here, what it is it's quotes from. I guess it's quotes from these artists. So I'm going to tell you the quote, and you pick. We're going to go 1-1. There's 8 questions, and whoever gets the most wins. So these are all quotes from artists, and I'll give you the pool of artists right from the get-go. It's Beck, Morrissey, Trent Reznor, Kurt Cobain, Dave Pirner, Winona Ryder, Jay Mascis, Michael Jackson, Billy Corgan. That's your pool, all right? So Michael C. Question 1 for 1,000 points. Deep within us, there lives a feeling of wanting to be lovable, or of wanting to be a kind person that others like to be with. Who said that?
Michael Jackson.
Oof. No, I'm sorry. That was Morrissey. It's love.
I didn't know that.
Well,
that
guess
was one
what,
of the
Morrissey?
choices.
You fucked up because all your meat eating fans tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
So how can you be open and that's some
That's
You
some
can't.
garbage.
some
Pop
fucking
quiz, hot
some
shot.
fucking bullshit, Morrissey.
All right. The second quote is mutually caring relationships will also include some measure of unkindness and impatience, intolerance, pessimism, envy, self-doubt, and disappointment.
That sounds like Kurt Cobain.
John Legend.
It's actually one of my OG 90s bands that I love, Dave Pirner.
Oh, it's Dave Pirner. Yeah, I would say that's another.
I was on a huge Soul Asylum kick for a long time. Even bought his new shit. You know what I mean? One of them. And then I sort of stopped.
I stopped listening to Dave Pirner when his hair got not so crazy.
He just wanted to outdo Kurt Cobain. He wanted to have like bugs and shit in there.
Right, which is why that also sounded like that could have been Kurt Cobain quote.
Also, white guy with dreads, so minus points for that.
Oh God! Did
Is it a tie?
anybody tell the lead singer from Counting Crows, Adam Duritz, that's not cool?
True. Let's move on. Here's a quote. Angry words are a healthier outlet for feelings of rage and aggression than are angry acts such as hitting,
Fred Rogers.
kicking, or biting.
I was
Fred
going to say
Rogers.
Michael. That is Michael Jackson to a T.
It's Trent Reznor, guys.
Okay.
Trent just
Cool.
wants, he just wants everybody to be cool.
After he fucks him like an animal.
Yes, after he fucks him like an animal. Okay.
This is the single, guys.
Yes, right. This was yeah. Okay. This is next one is, it's a mistake to think that we have to be lovely to be loved by human beings or by God. Janie, you've
Cher.
met this guy.
Michael Jackson.
No.
Cher.
No, Cher's not on the list. That's a big no.
It's Michael
It
Jackson.
is not. It's Jay Mascis. Dinosaur Jr. God, we're not doing what you...
That does make sense. I mean, that is a theme of, I guess, most of his songs.
I feel the pain of everyone.
Yeah, you could argue
Yeah,
this
there you
kind
go.
of a...
And I feel the... Oh, it's totally Jay Mascis. You're right.
All right, this next one is very easy. It's the quote is, "You can't be a winner all the time." Again,
Winona Ryder.
Brandon Scott Lee.
I think whatever I say should be who says it. And I don't want to make a video about it.
Brandon Lee, who played Bruce Lee, not Jason Scott Lee.
No, this is Beck. I'm a loser, baby. Yeah. Can't be a winner all the time. You got to be a loser sometimes. So that's it.
That's very, that was Beck being like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. So we're
Hey, can you give us a quote for this cool Spin magazine thing that we're doing?
Yeah. It's like,
I'm going to confound you with my quote.
Yeah. So just to recap of what's left: Kurt Cobain, Winona Ryder, Michael Jackson, Billy Corgan. Okay. It is normal for children to have all sorts of fear as they grow, and it's normal for these fears to take shape of imaginary creatures or people. What do you guys think?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah, it's Michael Jackson. One of Mike's former friend meetup. I guess you just met him once, right? We've talked about it. Go back on the podcast and listen. All right. Number 7, almost done. We reason that if we do a perfect job, we will receive perfect love.
Jay Mascis.
This guy used to have hair, and then it just went away. Yeah.
Billy
Corgan. Yeah.
Not fair.
Yeah. All right, last question. I think we probably...
Life is not fair to Billy Corgan.
Yeah. You like Billy Corgan? You like Smashing Pumpkins?
Why?
I
Why
love
has life not been fair to Billy Corgan?
I still listen.
I don't know. He just is always still whining.
Yeah, you hear his mouth, though. That's the
He's
problem.
always still whining because that was his shtick. But yes, he figured it out. He made some money. He lost his band. He got some of it back.
Yeah,
I saw Smashing Pumpkins 3 different times, and every time Darcy had her back to the stage, and it made me so incredibly upset and angry.
Back to the audience.
Yeah, back to the audience. Excuse me. And then she was just like, didn't care about being there, so she didn't need to come back with them.
They tried.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
drugs will do that too.
Drugs are
She's
bad.
all fucked up.
Okay.
Hope she's.
All right,
gets
last
better.
question. Let's see. Number 8. All right. How essential is it to find safe ways of expressing how we feel about what is important to us? I mean,
Stevie Wonder.
how essential it is to find safe ways of expressing how we feel about what is important to us. It's either Winona Ryder or Kurt Cobain.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot it. I thought Winona Ryder said that thing about the shoplifting. I don't remember.
No, it's Kurt Cobain. So
Okay. I believe that.
that's it. That's all I got. I know it wasn't as.
So I won is what you're saying?
I think we all lose in this scenario.
Do we all lose in this scenario?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Although, especially David Bruzy, because
Go through that magazine and what are the releases that what were the records? that were
the
popping
new
off?
records. Yeah. You
Let's
mean
finish up with that.
Spins.
Finish up with something interesting.
Well, one of my favorites that I still have and still listen to on the regs, R.E.M. Monster.
Very
94.
good.
Yep. That's the big one. But also, Liz Phair has an album. Brooke Assault. George Jones. is in
it's
there.
Whip Smart. Is that the record?
That is
That's
the record.
94, I think.
And there's a whole page ad for it.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a great
for the
record.
video watchers. There's also, speaking of the Devils, Smashing Pumpkins, Pieces Iscariot must have just came out.
Pisces
Iscariot. An American Music Club, which I remember the name, but I don't think I ever listened to the band. And then, let's not forget the Cranberries. No Need to Argue. Oh, shit, man. And The Roots, Do You Want More? Came out.
I'm going to say 94
God,
is a good...
there's so many good-
94 is a very good year.
Jesus and Mary Chained. Stoned to the
Crooked
Throne.
Rain, Crooked Rain.
Pet Shop
yeah.
Boys. Yep. That's all. And then there's some singles, I guess. You know, Beer Can had just come out by Beck.
Beer Can.
Gangstar. Yeah, there's a lot of gems in here. There's also a feature on Absolutely Fabulous, which is
Ab Fab, great show.
Yeah.
Can't beat that show.
Which is
pretty
being
great.
rebooted.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are they in it? Is it them?
I think
or
they did a
is it
reboot
like
already.
New people.
Oops.
Oops, you did it again.
No, I'm just saying you're going to have to check Spin Magazine from 1994
Yeah.
to find out.
There are some other great things. Obviously, you audio listeners are not going to get this, but Jeans XAM, Daisy Fuentes doing ads, as well as Muggsy Bogues, who fits inside of, the guy in Philadelphia. Yeah, lots of great things. So we'll
This
post
is a
some
real
photos.
nostalgia dump. We'll take some pictures and put them on somewhere and hope nobody sues us.
Illmatic.
I don't know when did that come out in 94? Yeah. There's also fun things in here, like leave a message for a rock star, and it's 1-900-884-SPIN, which we should probably call just to see if it
I'm
works.
sure they all got to where they needed to go.
Yeah. All right, gents.
And,
what a fabulous
well, this was a fun
Spin
nostalgia
Magazine
dump.
nostalgia dump.
I'm going to go listen to Milo Goes to College now.
Let's all listen to Descendants. You out there as well. Turn on some Descendants after you listen to the entire catalog of The Adventures of Danny and Mike.
And then listen to all after that.
Yeah.
All.
And some Pisces Iscariot after that, maybe. Just to wrap it all up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're part of the Last Podcast Network. Check us out, lastpodcastnetwork.com. Lots of great shows there. Also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Danny and Mike with the N spelled out. We have a voicemail.
If you have a problem, let us know at 347-470-8150. Maybe we can help you. And if you can find us, you can hire the A-Team.
That's right. Great A-Team reference.
There's no such thing.
They're actually few and far between these days.
They're so 1994. It's not funny.
Also,
I remember watching the A-Team in 1994 on the sick TV that my parents had because we were never allowed to have TVs in our bedrooms, and it was like a crappy antenna turn dial, so you get channel 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13.
And then the A-Team channel.
oh my
and
God.
the A-Team channel. Well, the A-Team channel was channel 11, WPIX here in New York.
Guys, I completely missed one of the best ads in the whole thing. Dun, 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 dun. Chocolate and cheese,
nice.
baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's a
94. Yeah.
It's a good Ween
Yeah.
album. And
That's my favorite song.
yeah, like I said, I blame the free newspaper.
Yeah. Anywho, also check out our website, DannyandMike.com. Danny's at Tamberelli and at Danny Tamberelli on the Instas, at Michael C. Maronna on the Twitters. I am at Remy Balon on most things, at Jeremy Balon on the Insta. What else, gents? What did I miss? Anything? Just
That's
no
it.
more dumps.
What
All
can
right.
I say?
Well,
What am I
Thanks for
supposed to say?
listening.
thank you so
What am I
much for
supposed to
tuning in.
say?
And
Okay,
we'll
boys.
catch you on the next one.
Bye.
The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamberelli and Michael C. Maronna. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balon. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.